We outside. We outside. What's going on, guys? What's going on? What's up, guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. See what time it is? Oh, we're a little late. We're ready. So let's start this party. So, guys, welcome, welcome, welcome to Vice Trading's Academy's live daily isolation session. In this stream, what we're gonna do is, guys, we're gonna go over these 9 pairs. Is on the right hand side of your screen, except XRP. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna look for potential setups to take during the London/New York session, right? So um, we also offer 2 other live streams, guys, just so you guys know, that kind of complements this stream, which is the live trading room Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard, where we take in these trades live. And we also have the Sunday market breakdown on Sundays at 9 a.m. Eastern. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can get notified when these classes are coming live, and join the free Discord so you can get up to date on everything. So let's get this party started, guys. So let's start with AU. So AU yesterday, what was the expectation? We were expecting price to pull back, right? Potentially hit that 30-minute retest of that high for the internal structure to then push down. We didn't get a retest of the high, but price definitely just started to just tank down um, to continue with the overall trend, right, which is down. Um, we broke the 30-minute structure, 30-minute zone, right? So now we have a new lower high and we push to that lower low. So let's update this 30-minute market structure. Well, let's start from the 4-hour market structure. Let's turn this off and let's start from the higher time frame. So the 4-hour market structure, we were waiting for price to give us that pullback to the previous lower low, right? And the price to bounce from it gave us 2 entry opportunities, right? They came back and started to move. And the internal structure to this push down, we have lower low, lower high, lower low. We expecting a lower high, a pullback back to the lower high point for entry in a lower time frame. So, and we probably already got it. These shits is moving fast. These shits is moving too early, man. We don't have a significant pullback on the 4-hour time frame, so I'm going to leave this here. Now, what I do want to do is I want to start adjusting my zones, right? We adjust the new top of the zone. Why? Because we had a break of the bottom of the zone. We can tell by what? Which candle? The first candle, second candle, third candle. Third candle. Why? 2 questions we must ask ourselves at all times to confirm a break of anything, a break of structure, a break of a resistance, or support, a tap to whatever, right? So, first question will be first candle. The first candle closed below, right? This is where we start trying to understand, do we have a break or a retest, right? So this candle in most um, trading books or whatever you watching online will say this is a break, right? Because we have a candle closure below the zone, right? But for us, it's not. This is the candle, the test candle. This is the candle. The next candle is the candle that confirms that we broke or we didn't break by 2 things. There's 2 questions you must ask yourself. Number one, is there a wick touching or is the candle touching the zone? In this example, in this case, is a no. And the second question is, did the price closed below the previous candle, and it did. So this candle confirms the break of the zone, right? So now, where did the push start that broke the zone? It started here. So now our new high of our 4-hour zone is up here. We don't have a low set yet because we don't have a pullback or significant pullback on the daily, on the 4-hour time frame, right? So we're still here. So we have a new low, right? Now, where would I want my retest to be? Over here. So I'm going to move my breaker structure, right? This is my BOS retest signal. See? BOS retest alert. Make sure we have it on proper. Let me adjust this. Not to range all the way. Okay. So now when price came back, retested, right? We are not getting our opportunity to get in right now in the 4-hour. But we know we have a target. We have a point of interest. So I want price to come back and retest later on throughout the day. Now, when we're looking at the 4-hour market structure, right, we had this push to the low. Let me change this over here. Look at that. We had this low. Lower high. Price then push. Made a lower low. Lower high. Low. Right, and we have a high. Right, so when we're looking at this full structure, we can see that we broke out of our 30-minute zone. Right, so let's start to adjust this new zone. So where did the break start that broke the bottom of this 30-minute zone? It started from here. So now we want to move our 30 minutes here because that's the top, right? And here's where our bottom is. Notice how right now we just been testing the bottom, right? Because just like I said, there's two things that we must ask ourselves to know whether we broke or not. So first candle, right, shows a break. Second candle confirms it. There's two questions. Number one, are we touching the zone? In this example, we're not touching, right? Just let's zoom in so we can see the detail. We're not touching. We're barely wicked it, right? And the second question, did the price close below the previous candle? No, it closed above this candle. So we didn't break this. It was just a test. So now we know, right? So now let's start looking for our entries, right? Our points of interest. So retest, I would like for it to retest that high and or break this structure at the bottom, right? Let me make sure this internal structure. AUDUSD 30-minute BOS. Right? Because we have this lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, low, lower high. Price to either come down. Right? There's two things that can happen. I'm actually gonna move this over here, right? Let me explain to you why. Remember, these are points of interest. These are not, well, price touch, I'm gonna take an entry. Right? I would love for price to go down, come back up, retest, and then start the party. Right? So then we'll get a nice confirmation up here, right? Then we'll get that break, that retest, and another break, retest over here, right? So we'll get a couple of different opportunities to jump in, right? And just so happens that the 4-hour is close to the 30-minute high. So feel free to ask any questions, guys. I'm gonna turn off this. don't really care about that one right now. So we understand exactly where we are, where we're heading. We have a point of interest. And again, these points of interest are not entry signals. These are points of interest. When price touches these points of interest, then I'm going to start looking for another set of confirmations to make sure that, you know, I'm able to take a good entry, not just it touch a line, I'm going to enter. That's not the way this works. All right, so everything looks good thus far. Now let's take a look at the daily move. What do we have? We have a day of drop. All right, so everything looks good. We have points of interest set. Price touched some of them already. Price come back and retest that. Gotta wait for that candle to close. All right. So AU stays blue. So that stays isolated for trade for tomorrow. So EURCAD, who asked me in the class? So yeah, so EURCAD, let's take a look. So you want to know where we are in the daily? I think that's what's the question. Our daily is still up. We haven't broke below the daily zone, so we're still pushing up. Let's take a look at the lower time frame so we know what we're doing. Right now in the 30, we're pushing up. We're trading between this high and this low. And here we have just internal structure just chopping up and down. Our 4 hour is down because we were making lower lows, lower high. Our 4 hours the blue, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. We're waiting for the price to make a new higher high, causes a change of character for us to know that we went back to the top side on the 4 hour. But our daily is down. Our daily is up. Our market makers pattern is up. Our 30-minute is up. Our 4 hour is still down, but we're getting to the place where we want to get to for it to push up. So yesterday, price gave us a rise, right? We got to be, it gave us a no net. Right, meaning no real change. No net means no real change, right? Started here, ended here, right? It's not that much of a change. Just want to make sure candles on are touching. So let's make this a rise. That means we got 2 days of rise. Automatically turns, we're going to put this green. This is where up here I want to watch, right? When we look at this internal structure, looks like we had a break to the top side. Here were our entry points of interest, right? Yesterday we want a price to come back, retest over here to then push up, right? Which is the last higher high, higher low, higher high, right? Higher low. So to test around here to then get an entry, and look what happens. Prices went below a little bit and went up stupid fast, right? So we had a break to the top side. Okay, so now if we just look, did we break here? No, we just tested. So we're still testing between this high, right, and this low internally. Want price to break above there, give us that breaker structure, retest, change the direction up at the top as well. So our new targets will be break up here of this internal structure, and also retest of this low. Right, so whatever comes first, we'll be looking. Right, this is a good trade. We have a lot. We're expecting a third day of rise from right now to making a new high. That's 38 pips, so it's pretty good. Dollar lot size, $380. $2 lot size, 740. So forth and so on. All right, so we're set up. EURCAD V1 on the way up, right? Our 30-minute is still down. 4 hours still down. Our daily is up. We want our 30-minute to switch to the top side, at least that to happen before I start participating. So again, with this one, until we don't push to the top side, I'm going to let it be. I'm not really messing with this until we have some signs of turnaround back to the top. GJ. So GJ yesterday, well, let me go back to here for a second. What was the daily move? No net. Right? Price has consolidated yesterday. Chopped up, chopped down, consolidated. Just trap traders. GJ yesterday gave us a rise, right? Now let's talk about this rise, right? Let's look at this from a higher standpoint, a higher time frame, right? Let's look at the 4 hour, right? Because 4 hour structure it's a lot here on GJ. So we had a nice push to the downside. We had a nice run, right? We made 3 weeks of drop. This week, are we expecting the price to continue to drop? No, we're expecting rise or chop, right? Price had a continuation and then price pulled up, right? So if we just taking a look at this situation, right? Let's take a look at the previous pullback. How many pips was the previous pullback? 416, right? If you notice, they roughly around that when we pulling back, right? Some of them shorter, but roughly a pullback, it's around there, give or take, a little bit less, sometimes a little bit more, right? We can even adjust it to be this much. So we kind of gauge. Some of them will be more, some of them will be less, some of them will be just about the same, right? So let's say this is the pullback, just so we can measure. Where will we get a pullback to? At least here. We're looking for a pullback to get to at least here, right? But when we're looking at this full structure, what will be our 4 hour target? Our 4 hour target to take an entry will be the pullback to touch what? The previous lower low, right? So that lower low point to make the future lower high point to then just continue the party, right? So we expecting price to pull back anywhere between, at least for me, anywhere between there to the top. If we put out our handy fib, that pullback's to 38.2 or almost to 61.8. Right? So we're getting to our targets. We get into our targets. Right? 61.8 happens to match the 800s. A lot of confluences on there. Right? So yeah, so we could have a visual target, another type of target, right? To validate what we already have. So for this pair, I will be waiting for price to pull back. I'm not going to trade this short now again, because after 3 weeks of drop, the market must chop or rise, right? So if the market rises next week, market could consolidate and start the party to go down and start to create this market structure on a higher time frame, right? So which is in this case will be the 4 hour time frame. All right, so let's drop down. So we have our point of interest already here for the 4 hour. So the 30 right now, price looked like it switched up to the top side. 30-minute zone here. Do we have a break? Let's confirm. Make sure that this is on point. All right, so 2 questions in this situation. Price still touching, closed above. Next, is it touching the zone? No, it's not. right? So this little candle confirms that the price broke to the top side, this one, right? So now, since we know that our 30 minutes up, let's put that. 30-minute has changed to the top side, right? So now, where did the break start that broke? Started here. Right. Let's turn this off and let's turn this off, right? For me, price is moving to the top side. I'm going to let it move to the top side until it gets ready. Till we have a change back to the bottom. I'm not really looking at GJ, right? Because GJ is looking like it's switching back to the top to going up. So this I'm turning off. And there's no alert for this. There's no point of interest. My point of interest will be up here. Right? If we want to get another point of interest, let's measure the pullback. Which one did I measure before? I guess we're already on it, but it wasn't that one. Which one was it? At the smallest, it'll do that. Yeah, I'm not going to put a signal up here. Just going to leave this one. So GU, 30 minutes. Corazon, we did this yesterday, man. We had a day of rise. We had 2 days of rise, so that's good. We had a previous 2 days of rise, so we know what today is. Automatic, we want to be watching this green, right? So let's start looking. So our daily was down. We broke to the bottom, right? So we had a break to the bottom, so that's why it's down. Our 4 hour, take out this daily zone. Let me take out this 30 minutes. Let's take this out. Let's take this. So our 4 hour, we have it set as up. Why? We broke out of the zone, right? Price broke out of the zone. This candle broke away. So now we have a new bottom. We don't have a high yet. We don't have a significant pullback yet, but we do have a break. And here was the 4 hour change of character. Price change. We're waiting for price to continue the trend to go up. But we have 2 days of rise, which is a beautiful thing. Now, we drop to the 30. Let's look at the 30 market structure. So we were at one point, we had a change of direction to the top side, gave us a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, high, low, lower high, lower low. We had a change to the bottom, right? And now what we have is just price retest that high, that lower high. So we want price to change direction back to the top side up here. Everything between this high and this low is eternal structure. And this eternal structure, it is tradable, right? Why? We have this higher highs, higher highs, equal lows, higher high, higher low, high, equal lows, higher high, higher low, right? We had a higher low around here. So where will be my point of interest for my retest? Price to retest around here, right? And we're doing it right now. Why I say that is very simple. Higher high, higher low, right? Price went up. Higher high, right? And everything was just testing around here. Notice the playing field. So we're literally around here right now. Everything is so bunched up. We have my change of character alert. Make sure. Wow, we change the character. Didn't see that. All right, so that's there. Now, price to retest, right, will be down here. This will be my target. That's what I will have. Why wouldn't I put it up here? Because it just so happens that we already tested that, right? Even though we haven't broke it, this was a test. Price is testing it again, right? Just that candle. Price to fill that candle before the push up could be something likely, right? Or could take that candle out, sweep that low before pushing up. So that's why I have that there. Again, if it just so happens that it moves early, I'm going to let it move. But this will be the place when price reaches this, I will want to take a look at it. USD CAD. So level 3 rise, daily is up, 4 hours up, and our 30 minutes up, right? We had price push back internally. Let me go to the top side so you guys can see it all from a bird's eye view. So the blue is the 4 hour. We're making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows this whole time. We had a higher high that was made. Now we had the pullback, right? We're waiting for that pullback to start the party to continue, right? Internally, on the 4 hour time frame, take this off, right? That 4 hour, we had that pullback. And after that pullback, we're waiting for price to continue pushing up, right? This pullback just happened to come and land where? Land right where our 30-minute market structure is at, right? Price was making, had a change of character, was making higher highs, higher lows, change of character, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, low, lower high, equal high, lower low, higher high. So we had a change to the top side. So after a change comes the pullback right around what we needed to see. Price came back, touched it to continue that move up. And now internally we have these higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. And right now we're just trapped in between this 30-minute zone. Well, sorry. 30-minute zone is up here. This is the internal structure. So within this internal structure, 30-minute zone, right? And we just completed 3 days of rise. So today, am I expecting price to continue the trend to push up? I'm not. But we have to look for anomalies. We have to look to make sure that these trades are valid. The 372. One of the rules is there a gap in any of the days? And we can see that day one, we have a gap. So with that being said, this was an invalid 372. Price could continue today because of this. These are the little things you guys need to have in your notes. The rules of engagement of a proper 372 setup, right? So this is it. This invalidates it. So day one don't really count. Here's what day one will be. Here will be what day two. Day two technically will be a no net. We're gonna put, since it's a variation, we're gonna put rise no net. This is the variation of this move. So meaning this is a reset. Price could go up, price could go down, or price could consolidate today. But we're looking for price to go up. So we had this change, price came below. I will have a couple different targets. I will have another target today down here. So price could come back, retest my change of character for this internal structure, or could just retest these lows before pushing up. So these are the targets. USDCAD retest. Internal structure. All right, so we got that. This one stays. Gold. So gold yesterday gave us a day of rise, right? But overall, our 4 hour is down. We had to change the character here to the downside. So we had this lower low, lower high on the 4 hour. Internally, we were making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, heading back up in line with our daily and our market makers pattern. Then all of a sudden, we had what? We had to change the character here. This candle changed the whole game back to the bottom. So in order for us to start participating to go long, we need to wait for it to break the structure up here, to change character back to the top side up here, right? Everything that's happening here is internal structure, right? We dead smacked in the middle of this zone, right? Not a good place to trade. You should be trading off the lows to go up. These are lows also to go up. Right now, we can't trade off the highs to go up. I don't recommend that. That's smack in the middle, right? So this is one I'm not going to be looking at to trade. US 30, again, everything is up, right? We had yesterday, we wanted price to come back, retest the lows, right, to give us a good entry, but it didn't. Price just continued to push up, and that's okay. Now we get into a place of interest. I want price, the easiest thing for price to do, right? We don't want to get stuck in internal structures. But when price moves, it starts move. It moves. It's going to break this structure. Once it breaks up, it comes back down and retests. This is a place of interest when price retests my line here, which is my previous highest high, where price broke structure, comes back to retest for a continuation. That's the best place to take a trade. Right now, this internal structure, notice how it was playing with us. You get in, it takes you out, right? You get in, over here, it takes you out, right? You get in off these lows, you get cashed out, but not before they wick you out. Just think about it. If you've taken a trade here, or anywhere around here, you know what type of stop loss you need? That's 772 pips. It's a lot of pips for a stop loss, right? This is why. And this is a 30-minute chart, right? Lower time frame is going to look better, right? It's going to look better. But once we don't have a target, we have a target up here, it's going to look great on all time frames. There's no target. It's just wicks. So we don't want to trade when it's just wicking all over the place. At least I don't. Right? So I want to wait for price to break above, retest that high, then retest the breaker structure. Then I could start to participate again. Let's see. And last but not least, let's take a look at Bitcoin. There's no guessing what direction the trend is, right? We have 2 days of rise. So today is the day, ladies and gents. We will break 100K today, 100,000 today. Today is the day we'll break 100,000. Why I know that? We have a previous 2 days of rise. So today we're gonna get a new rise. We're gonna break 100. How much? I don't know, but we're gonna break 100 today. That's a fact. So I don't trade this day trading. I'm a long-term holder, so there's really not much to say about this. But yeah, we'll be breaking this highs today. So I guess that's it, guys. We have two 372 setups, an AUD and AUD USD and USD CAD. Again, these are the best ones. USD CAD, I believe, got 2 months. USD CAD got 2 months of rise, so we're expecting new highs for this month. And also AUD USD got 2 months of drop. We expecting new lows for the month. I believe AU gave us the new low anyway already, but we still expecting price to continue. Let's take a look. Yep, price close, a new close of a low, right? I'm expecting price to continue anyway. So we had previous 2 months of rise. We're expecting another one. So we got some good things. Just hope that they don't move early again today. So guys, that's about it. So I see you guys tomorrow, 7 p.m. Mr. Jumper is here. Mr. Jumper will be doing the 7 a.m. live trading room. If there's something available, make sure to join the free Discord where he will say, "Hey, I'm getting on now. Make sure to log in. Here's the link. The Discord joining link, it is in the description. It's also in the bio. It's in the chat. So make sure to join. And I'll see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Peace out, guys.